The giant was enjoying his meal in peace when he heard a woman screaming in the distance. Curious, he walked toward the sound. A gang of thugs was attacking a woman. She was on her knees, begging for mercy. The gang leader punched her to the ground. He stared at her blood-covered body with no intention of stopping. The leader ordered his men to hold her down. He took off his pants, ready to assault her. The giant saw this and flew into a rage. He ripped a tree from the ground and charged at them. Before the thugs could react, they were swatted away. One of them was crushed into a pulp on the spot. Another thug pulled out a gun and fired wildly. Every bullet bounced off the giant's skin. The giant smashed his skull with a single punch. The gang leader stumbled backward in terror. He raised his hands and begged for mercy. The giant showed no mercy and crushed him under his foot. The giant carried the injured woman, Anna, back to his camp. He applied ointment to her wounds. Then he used leaves to collect spring water and handed it to her. Anna looked at the murky water and refused to drink. The giant glared at her and let out a low growl. Anna had no choice but to take it and drink every last drop. Something strange happened. Within minutes, all her wounds had healed. Anna wanted to thank the giant for saving her life. She invited him to visit her home. The giant shook his head and walked away. Anna got lost in the forest. At nightfall, she found an abandoned cabin. She had just laid down to rest when Thomas burst in. Anna attacked from the shadows. They struggled and fell into a pit below the floor. Anna raised her knife, ready to kill Thomas. Then she realized he was her long-lost brother. Just then, a witch appeared in the cabin. She revealed a secret to the siblings. Their mother was once the most powerful white witch. Years ago, the villagers burned her alive. The one who orchestrated it all was this very witch. The witch needed Anna's heart to become the most powerful dark witch. The witch struck Thomas and knocked him out. She pushed him deep into the cave. Then she took Anna. The next day, Thomas woke from unconsciousness. His wounds had completely healed. It turned out Ellie had saved him. Ellie was the legendary white witch. She had been secretly protecting the siblings all along. When Thomas learned Anna had been taken, he flew into a rage. He swore to kill the dark witch and rescue his sister. Thomas pulled out his weapons. Ellie used magic to enchant them with power. Once everything was ready, they set up traps in the forest. A witch flew through the forest at high speed. Before she could react, she was sliced in half by wire. Seeing her companion killed, the dark witch quickly changed direction. She turned and flew toward her lair. Bruce had already taken aim at her. He pulled the trigger. The bullet exploded in midair and turned into countless steel pellets. The pellets struck the flying witch. Bruce excitedly radioed Thomas. When they arrived at the scene, the witch had vanished. Thomas sensed something was wrong. He immediately told everyone to stay alert. Just then, Ellie was blasted away by a laser. The witch pressed her wand against Bruce's throat. She threatened Thomas to drop his weapon. To save Bruce, Thomas had no choice but to comply as he lowered his weapon. He secretly reached for his pistol. Thomas fired. But the bullet missed her vital spots. The witch launched a furious attack on Thomas. She raised her wand, ready to kill him. Ellie stepped in just in time to save Thomas, but this only enraged the witch further. The witch grabbed Ellie by the throat and drove a blade through her heart. Thomas watched helplessly as his savior died before him. He roared and charged at the witch, firing wildly. They grappled with each other. The witch grabbed a shovel from the ground and beat Thomas senseless. That's when Anna arrived on the scene. Thomas rushed forward and grabbed the witch from behind. Anna attacked the witch with everything she had. The witch was completely unharmed. With a single strike, she sent both siblings flying. Thomas knew they couldn't beat her. He took out the necklace Nemesis and put it around his neck. Power surged through his entire body. Thomas charged at the witch with a fierce assault. Anna seized the moment and landed a flying kick, sending the witch into the gates of hell. The witch was gone for good. The siblings finally returned to a peaceful life.